Our next game, Ben Johnson bringing his Bears into Detroit to face his former team led by his former boss, Dan Campbell, and it couldn't have gone worse. Lions up 14-7 in the second. This is 2nd and 32. Teddy, what is Caleb doing here?
Nothing good. This is sort of
Points the sack. That was good.
play breaks down. He's doing what he can. He's trying to be Superman here and just throws an interception.
Just a disaster, but candidly, it may not have mattered because the Detroit offense, which struggled so much week 1 against Green Bay, Rex, looked like its former self all afternoon.
Oh, all afternoon, Granny. I mean, a huge butt kicking in there. They look like the Lions, not some house cat out there.
Hey, D-Wood, how about this catch on the sideline by Isaac Tesla?
Oh, man, it seems like every week he's pulling out these one-handed crazy catches. That dude, he's going to be something in this. I can tell you that.
Say it with me. Tesla is electric. Let that sink in for just a minute. 6 seconds left in the half. Goff, Almond, Ross, St. Brown. Rex had 3 touchdowns on the day.
Yes, he did, and I called this one, Grady, against our boy Randy Moss.
He did. You had this one exactly right. And now Lions, nice coverage here on Jamison Williams. What the heck is this?
Wow.
What are we doing here?
Is Matt Eberflus still there? Oh, my goodness. No, he's in Dallas.
He's busy getting run by in Dallas, one way or another. What a disaster for the Bears yesterday. What a difference a week makes for the Lions and their offense, who finally looked like their former selves. They scored just 1 touchdown last week. Yesterday, they had over 50 points and over 500 yards against Chicago. It's Detroit's 3rd 50-point game since last year. The rest of the NFL has crossed the 50-point mark once in that time. By the way, Shefty took a phone call, which is always the most exciting thing on the show. He'll be back with something in a minute. But you called it yesterday. For those of you who were not with us for Sunday NFL Countdown yesterday, you were saying this offense is going to go back to what it looked like the year before after the disaster of last week, and it did. What was the difference?
100%. It was first down. And I mean, first down, they had 322 yards on first down. That's only averaging 10.7 per play on first down. What was it? Every single run was paired up with a play action pass. That's what they do better than anybody in the league. They went back to throwing the ball down the field, getting explosive plays on first down. The play action was amazing. Time to throw. Why? Play action gives you time to throw. Okay, it's not just run the ball and all that. Yeah, run, play action sets up the run, and vice versa. And to me, there's not a better team in the league than that. And by the way, Dan Campbell, I think, reminded everybody that it wasn't just Ben Johnson.
Yes,
it was at least half of Dan Campbell as well, maybe more than that. So to me, the Lions are back. Thank God it was that first game was an absolute joke. And now they came back and showed everybody we're still the Lions.
What I see is, the head coach had to step in and just say, this is what we're doing now. And this is what I thought would happen, even before week 1. But it took a week, and that's okay. It took a week for Dan Campbell to say, this is who we are. This is what we're going to do. Shefty, you got something?
Yeah. You have news? Okay, so Shefty just took a phone call. We had a feeling it might be something. We don't know what it lost to start this season. If you are under the age of 10, first of all, good morning, have fun in school. Second of all, this is the first time you've ever seen Kansas City 0-2. The last time it happened was 2014. Subsequently, the last time Patrick Mahomes was 2 games under 500 was his last year at Texas Tech in 2016. It is uncharted territory for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Obviously, we've never been 0-2. But we've had times where we've dealt with challenges before and lost games. And so I think the guys that we have in this locker room, they'll go back to work with that mindset of we're going to continue to work even harder so that when we step in that field this next time, we can find a way to win in those big moments like we have in this first 2 weeks.
All right, put your feet up. We have so much to get to, and we'll start here with this game. There were a lot of different things you could point the finger at, but if there was one most significant, Teddy, why are the Chiefs 0-2?
The inability to block. It's simple. It's fundamental football along the offensive front. Woody knows it. I see it as a defensive player that Patrick Mahomes not having time. And during the game, this is the one. This is the one where they're trying to establish something. This is a power football running set right here, daring the Philadelphia Eagles to stop them on 4th and 1, and they get absolutely overwhelmed by the defensive line, by Jordan Davis, by all of the Eagles defenders. That's where they're winning. The line of scrimmage, Patrick Mahomes he's spectacular, but you can't ask him to continually scramble around and run and be the focal point of their rushing offense also every single game.
That was the 4th and short early in the 3rd quarter from their own territory. They're trying to establish something. Instead, it turns into the field goal that's ultimately the difference in the game. And Rex, you watch this stuff through the eyes of a defensive coach. You saw something that demonstrated a blatant lack of respect on the part of Vic Fangio for the Chiefs offense.
Absolutely, and here's why. Look, in the Super Bowl, we all know he never had a blitz one time. It was a 4-man rush the entire Super Bowl, right? They had 6 sacks.
0.
Okay.
0 times.
This game, a third of the pass attempts, Vic Fangio sent blitzes. By the way, Vic Fangio never blitzes.
Right.
All right? And it just tells you right there, who's he respect? He's got no weapons. He's got no weapons. So it's the pass protection, certainly, but he's got no weapons to throw to. And so until that Rashee Rice gets off a suspension, that's the way you can anticipate preparing defenses going after Patrick Mahomes. And until you get some type of weapons, man, this ain't the same team.
Rashee Rice suspended. Xavier Worthy still injured. We'll ask Shefty in a second when he might be back, maybe as soon as this week against the Giants. But for the moment, that leads you, D. Wood, to say what about Kansas City?
Nobody's scared of anybody over there. You talk about Vic Fangio, and the reason why he blitzed a third of the time is like, you look around, who's the guy that can hurt me? Nobody can hurt me for the Kansas City Chiefs on defense. You got, a diminished Travis Kelce. Obviously, you saw the huge drop that led to the interception. They don't really have anybody outside that you have the game plan against. It's really about number 15. Number 15 pulling the rabbit out of the hat, doing spectacular things that we've been accustomed to him seeing. But if you don't have that, the Kansas City Chiefs have nothing on offense that threatens any of these teams out here.
This is something you just can't come back from right here. I mean, the Travis Kelce drop was huge. I mean, this is after a 13-play drive. It's 90 degrees out there. They're wearing down the Eagle defense, and then all of a sudden, Makuba gets the play.
But you know what? That you talk about a 13-play drive. That's what we've been talking about with the Kansas City Chiefs, the problem. Because it is so hard to make these drives in the National Football League without any explosive plays. Okay, and then you go. That's right. You don't have time to protect, and then obviously you cap off a 13-play drive with a crushing interception on the goal line.
We also said all week long, will the Chiefs get their running game going? It's the 2nd consecutive week in which Mahomes is their leading rusher. Everything does not look right here. Shefty, your biggest takeaway from this day?
The biggest thing here to me is that this game was lost in March. This game was lost when the NFL owners refused to ban the tush-push from happening. It wasn't lost yesterday. It was lost in March. And there might be a lot of games that the Eagles play that are lost in March because this play is unstoppable. It not only does the defense not know how to handle it, but even the officials don't even know how to handle it. You're seeing the Eagles linemen jump off sides every play, and nothing's called.
It's a false start.
So the officials have no idea. Defenses have no idea, and the Eagles get to do whatever they want on every single play in the tush-push. And again, I know people hate it, but they have mastered it. They have dominated the line of scrimmage.
The Chiefs are up for the challenge. You see them right there. I mean, you see the plan to stop them up front, but you can't when it's a false start. I mean, we're all looking at the ball.